Good afternoon, Brian. I'm Fran Shermet from the Seroptimist International, and this is Dennis Davis, Assistant City Manager. I'd like to welcome you to the interview portion of the Academic Decathlon. I see by your activity sheet that you're involved in your school newspaper. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Currently, I am on newspaper staff at my high school. I am a page editor, which allows myself, along with other members of the staff, to be in charge of a page. I am normally in charge of page 2, which is a news page. I enjoy working with news. It works in like a two-way street. I do have some responsibility upon what goes on to that page.
Then you have the decision-making authority as to what goes on your particular page?
Yes, I do. What that happens to incorporate is that I have to decide what goes on the page exactly. Since it's a news page, page 2, usually I get all the leftovers that do not go on to page 1, meaning the stories are relevant enough to be in the issue, but are not capable or not special enough to be on page 1. Now, as a page editor, I have to decide which stories need to go onto the page and which story needs a picture or has a picture that goes onto it. Then I decide with the layout that I will try to create that will somehow incorporate to the page a nice picture for the newsreader, because we like to create what's known as an attractive page, and that allows the newsreader to see, we have a story here that concerns me, and we have a story that doesn't. Most of the stories on page 2 have to do with clubs or the administration. Not everything applies to every student, but there are bits and pieces of information, or briefs as what we call them, that need to be addressed to the student body, since we do serve the student body.
Brian, tell me what you feel is the most difficult part of putting the paper together.
Probably the most difficult part of putting the paper together is when it comes down to deadlines. We normally, as a newspaper staff, lay out on Wednesday nights before the Friday we do come out. Coming down to that Wednesday night is something that we all dread. So what happens is that we have to make decisions that we sometimes do not like to make, like cutting stories